And as we look at these scenes, we realize the people have been rioting now for, almost 24 hours since the verdict came in Los Angeles. We saw that verdict live on our air at 6 o'clock last night, and the trouble began shortly thereafter. Fires were set, hundreds of them, stores looted, and what began as an instant, almost convulsive reaction to outrage over the fact that those not guilty verdicts were returned in the trial in Simi Valley against the 4 white police officers became, for many in Los Angeles, it seems, a target of opportunity, a chance to loot and to riot and to rob.
Across South Central Los Angeles, a rampage of looting is spreading in this largely black and Hispanic area. People are removing whatever they can from grocery stores, dry cleaners, check cashing establishments, any location they can manage to break into. It's complete pandemonium, at this point uncontrolled by police. On the street, mixed but powerful emotions.
Tonight I can predict, it's going to be pretty worse than tonight. That's all I can say. I can't predict what's going to happen, but it's going to be worse.
And dozens of fires are burning across South Central. Arsonists still at work torching fresh blazes.
Pulling the driver out of the van, and they're kicking the driver and beating the driver. The driver's only mistake was entering this area. He's been kicked in the head. He's laying in the street. Okay, this is it. Terrible, terrible pictures. This is what all this guy did was enter this area. That's his only crime. Hit the siren, Doug. Yes. Okay, this guy is laying in the street. Hit the siren, Doug. He is bleeding, unconscious in the street. Ross? Oh, it's tragic. The man is unconscious in the street. People are still coming up and throwing things at this poor individual. Oh, the van has been looted. There's nothing left.
This is the store that was owned by the Korean woman who said, angry? Who am I angry at? Who's to blame? This is the looting of her store and other stores in that region, taking whatever they could carry.
What are you doing this for? What happened? Sodas, we get sodas. What happened here?
People walking out with food, drinks, anything they could carry.
Diapers, and that in. And as we said, blacks, whites, men, women, old, young. What the police are calling the crime of opportunity.
Store now, and these people have been driving in throughout the afternoon, and they are looting. They are running around freely in and out of the stores, taking what they want. And
the people just walked in. The security guards gave up. The store said, "That's it. We're getting out of here." And the people just walked in, some with shopping carts. They turned the sprinkler system on, we're told, so that the store could not be torched. They wanted to keep everything wet. Now, at one point, we had a small problem, and we won't necessarily show you that, but one gentleman came up and tried to take the camera away from photographer Dave Bussey, and we had to retreat out of the store at that point. There was absolutely no fear of our being there, and just maybe 25, 30 feet away, there were a number of LAPD officers who were just watching. They were helpless. The store was different. Some people walked out with a shopping cart full of soap. Others took liquor. Others took tape. You name it, they had it. And the parking lot was just full of cars. There were hundreds of people there. And nobody seemed to care much about it. Most of them were laughing and joking with us. And again, we told you about this earlier. Many of these folks brought their kids with them. And no one can quite understand what kind of a lesson that is meant to be for them. Folks were not at all reluctant to talk with us. Many of them did. In fact, one woman who came out with a shopping cart full of groceries was more than willing to talk to us. And as she unloaded it all, she told us that, yeah, she didn't think she was stealing anything, that it was there to be taken. And here we have the lady with the shopping cart. She talked to us about what she took and why.
Some cheese, some bologna, and things like that. Some things for my kids.
My guy did. Well, the police are not doing nothing. If they wanted to stop us, they would have stopped us already.
What would you consider what you did? Would you say it was stealing?
No. No, I don't consider it stealing because if it was wrong, they would have stopped us.
Right.
You know, all this wouldn't have happened if they would have done us right. That's all I got to say.
What's your name?
Sharon Tillman. Sharon Tillman.
Okay, thanks, Sharon.
Donna, help me with this stuff.
Just rolled up here. We're at Western Avenue and 18th Street. Radio Shack burning behind us. That was what attracted our attention. And then we saw this. Come and look over here. Across the street, the Viva Market there. Those people are not shoppers. They are looters. They are grabbing whatever they can grab. I saw a man walking down the street just a little bit ago with an armful of diapers, and the looting hasn't stopped. Okay, look, over there, Gary. J.J. Newberry. Somebody just threw a firebomb in there. It is now burning. J.J. Newberry burning here at the corner of Western and 18th Street in South Central Los Angeles. That J.J. Newberry store is no more.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's a total loss, and it's burned up like crazy.
No, we are.
Now, if you are in control of the neighborhood, what are you going to do with it now? What are you going to do with it? Are you going to loot it and burn it down, or what happens next?
Well, it's safe like it is. We don't care what happens to the neighborhood. It's our neighborhood. You know they do nothing anyway. They're fucking us up like they did around the king. So
and if you look back behind me there's a liquor store, and you can see a white car over there. That white car has a driver in it, and that driver is dead, and he's still sitting in that car. We're told that it appears that he was shot in the head, or at least shot, and that he was shot, and then he crashed his car into that sign, and the police are on the scene there checking it out. It's just one of the tragedies that's happened. We don't know anything beyond the fact that this man is dead here at the scene inside of his car. Just in talking to some of the residents here, there's a lot of anger. They say that you know, this is the kind of thing that's happening all the time in this neighborhood. It's not a big surprise. Your name again? And
Kevin Johnson.
What's your reaction to this, Kevin?
My reaction right now is that this type of thing happens every day around this park. But that little shot over there, he shouldn't have been over this way, and that's on the rear.
Why do you say that? Because
he flashed it first, he got it taken away from him, and he got it used on him.
In other words, he had a gun, he showed it, and then he had it shot.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. And your name, sir?
I decline to give my name. I think this could best be summed up. Once again, you know, here's a white individual. I'm not saying it's good that he's dead. You know, I can't come out with that hatred thing, but we've constantly been portrayed. We have constantly been portrayed as animals. The media, regardless, you guys have to do your job in covering us, but the negative images, the movies, the stereotypes, has constantly been reinforced. And unfortunately, besides harming us, a great deal of the white majority who, you know, they were sentenced in a way as well as us, because now, for ignorant brothers or ones who are just nothing to lose, a lot of us have nothing to lose now. A lot of us have nothing to lose. And it's not just a black thing. This transcends race. It's blacks, Mexicans. I was pointing out to one of the news anchors. It's the Japanese. All you so-called minorities, once again I use that word so-called minorities. Hispanics are 67% of Los Angeles. This could go on and on. This could be one of the hottest summers. And all I can say is, if I could use one sentence to sum it up, the problem is there's too many with too little, and there's too few with too much.
Okay, and thank you very much. That's just one of the. There's a great deal of frustration, and this is just one place. We've heard these kinds of things everywhere we go today, and so clearly a lot of frustration. And one person back here. Apparently, it's funny that one person was killed, but we have a dead person back there, and it's a big joke.
Is taking pictures.
Why are you taking it? Why? Because it's free. Everybody's having it. Why not? I mean, I would give that to your child that you stole out of the store? Yeah. Yeah.
You think this one's coming down live? We've got a little bit on tape. You can see this wall that came down. That was about 10 or 15 minutes ago.
Earlier, we were here when the police left and the looters came back in, and we have some pictures to show you
of what the scene was like. Within minutes of police leaving, the looters were back on the scene. Even fights erupted over some of the merchandise. That's what happened. That was the scene outside the Montgomery Ward Auto Parts store when people just couldn't contain themselves and they began to actually fight over some of that equipment. They keep coming back, and they keep coming back.
You know, a lot of people last night had been asking the question, why, after Governor Wilson ordered the 2,000 National Guard troops into our area, was it taking so long for them to get here? In fact, they were due on the streets by about 3 o'clock in the morning, and as you probably know by now, they did not actually hit the streets until about 2:30 this afternoon, which is about a 12-hour delay. Governor Wilson tells us the reason for delaying the deployment was that there was a lack of bullets, a shortage of ammunition. The ammunition that the troops needed was at Camp Roberts, which is in Paso Robles, and it was simply a logistical problem of getting the ammunition to the troops where they needed it. When the governor found out about this, he ordered the troops into action, as it were, with what ammunition they do have. The governor, upset about this, said it shouldn't have happened and it would not happen again.